Hello.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
still,
seen that used yet.
I still can't get over it. It's impressive. It's
Yeah,
impressive.
she did a really good job with that. But we're here to talk divas. Oracle, you're the number one diva of the late night grid, as I am officially crowning you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I gotten to get things done today. Spent too much money doing it, but it was necessary
Fair.
spending. Um, I am doing a double header tonight. Immediately following this show, I will be back probably within 10 to 20 minutes
Jesus
with
Christ.
Joe as we do April 1996, the Historical Oracle. So I'm going 4 hours tonight and then probably 4 hours tomorrow
Oh God.
on the flagship Grant. So 8 hours of podcasting in 24 hours,
That
or
does not sound like a good idea.
8 hours of podcasting in 28. So
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
it's a terrible idea, but it's fine.
Yes.
Folks, we're here for the Divas Deep Dive Part 2, covering October of 2010. Three matches we will be talking about this evening are McCool defending the Divas Championship against Natalya at Hell in a Cell 2010. Layla versus Kelly on Superstars, October 14th, 2010. You can find that on YouTube. And then, of course, the Bellas versus Naomi and Kelly
Yes.
from NXT on October 19th, 2010. These are
You
the
can
three
watch
matches.
all of those on Daily Motion if you're interested.
There you
If you
go.
literally just
Yep.
search them.
Yep. So, man, I'll tell you what, Daily Motion was a gold mine back in like 2008, 2009.
Oh really?
When it first, so like when the footage explosion started, and like 08, 09, I bring it on this show all the time, but you could find like the most random WCW worldwide match, which was like
Oh
your C
wow.
show syndicated shows from like the
Yeah.
90s. You could find like the most random match, and like those matches were like lost in time for like years.
Wow.
And like, so when YouTube and Daily Motion got big,
Mhm.
around 08, 09, like especially Daily Motion, because it wasn't as popular as YouTube.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, and really YouTube, I mean, you can watch movies or whatever on YouTube, but the copyright strikes weren't as prevalent then, even on YouTube.
Yeah.
But especially Daily Motion, I mean, you could get anything on there. There were a couple of really good accounts on there that would just post all kinds of stuff. But and I've
There
noticed
still
that Daily
are.
Motion still has a lot of good stuff. But
Yeah. You can watch some AEW stuff on there now too if you wanted
yeah,
to. Like
yeah.
they're pretty good.
All right, folks. So we're going to cover the first match, which is Michelle McCool defending the Divas Championship against Natalya at Hell in a Cell 2010.
Yes. I should give a fair
Um,
warning. I am sick. So if I'm inhaling a lot, it's because I'm sick.
it's because you had to listen to Michael Cole's 2010 commentary
Oh
for an
my
hour this morning.
god. Matt
Um,
Striker was so
oh,
bad.
Striker's awful. He's so bad.
Ay, ay,
So,
ay.
like it was prone to occur in the early 2010s and late 2000s, this match got the death slot on the show. I think it was like the semi-main or something. It was like right before the main event.
Yeah.
I think I maybe got 5 minutes. Jaychele, go ahead and give us your thoughts on that first.
I did take some notes. I have some notes on my phone here. I thought it was interesting how the crowd came up for the sharpshooter. They were pretty dead throughout most of the match. Once Natty locked in the sharpshooter, they were all just like on their feet. And Michelle even had a great counter to that. She made like this almost like a knee bar thing, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called like the Make Divas Tap. I really don't remember that move. I really just remember her using like the face busters and stuff like that. And I honestly wanted to just listen to it with no audio.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Matt
Yeah.
Striker called Layla his like pumpkin or something like that, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. I really don't. I really don't. Um, but then there was of course like a fucky ending, which is what would be expected for a match like that. The match itself was like pretty good. Like it was interesting seeing Natty like when she was like kind of new. That's when she was still kind of new to the company. So it was interesting seeing her like that. But Layla throwing the shoe and everything, which is kind of boring. It was just annoying. And then Jerry Lawler tell them to slip in a coma, and I was just like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah. Uh, the commentary during this period is very unfortunate. That would, you know, that's a phrase to put it lightly. Um, the match itself was pretty solid. You can tell that it's a pay per view match by just watching the few TV matches we did here that they were able to get a little bit more creative within the
Yeah,
match. They of course didn't get a lot of time, which was par for the course. Then um, I really like just like eh, it's frustrating because you could see that they like if they were given 12 or 13 minutes, they could have really
yeah,
had something good. Um, even things like the belly to belly counter, right? That Michelle did, or Michelle taking a back body drop bump, which is like I haven't even seen women today take that bump. Like that's
yeah,
not, I think it's probably easier for her because of her height.
yeah.
But like that's not a bump that I see women take very often. Um,
Michelle was a bumper. She would always
yeah,
like
yeah,
take those heavy
she's
bumps.
she's very good.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, this was like a nice little slick match. You can tell that like it was probably Finley who aged in it, right?
yeah,
Like
probably.
they squeezed everything they could in there, like a shine,
Yeah,
like a interference near fall spot with the shoe,
yep.
um, and Layla taking a bump on the apron.
Hmm.
They had like them, get in a couple of moves that they probably wanted to get in, like the belly to belly or whatever,
Hmm.
or the leg lock counter to the sharpshooter.
That was really good. I
Um,
hadn't seen that in a long
yeah,
time. Like I hadn't
yeah,
even really. Normally, when they do sharpshooters, people just like turn around and they kick them. It's not
right,
normally that
right.
creative.
One of the best sharpshooter counters I've ever seen, and I'd like to see anybody do it,
Hi,
is
Joseph.
Joe. Um, but the best sharpshooter counter is the one that Taker does with Brett. So Taker and Brett have a series of matches in '97,
Hmm.
and the sharpshooter counter that Taker does is he basically like it's hard to describe. Like he basically like rolls underneath and out of it,
Yeah.
or almost like or like kicks out of it. It's weird. Like the way they do it is
Huh.
really impressive. But like he was able to power up. But like I haven't seen anybody do that in a while, and
A sharpshooter is a really hard move to
it's it's
sustain for
it's
a
it's
long
kind of like
time.
it's kind of like what Dax almost did last night
Yeah. Yeah.
when he was in it and he almost kind of like curled under and pushed out.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Interesting.
yes, also the sharpshooter legitimately hurts, especially when you're a kid who thinks he's a wrestler at 9 years old and puts it
Oh, I
in
did
on your
it.
brothers and friends.
I did it to a little girl. She's my cousin. I've tried to do it to my boyfriend now, but like he's too big and like it's too much squatting if you really wanted to like lock it in.
You know what else hurts? The figure four, but only when you reverse it. Well, not only when you reverse it, but it hurts even more when you reverse it.
Huh.
Like when it gets turned around, it hurts.
Yeah. I should
Yeah.
try that.
Um.
Oracle, you have a long-standing feud with my boyfriend now. I hope you know that.
Oh, great. See, now I got feuds with Bob. I got feuds with her boyfriend. I mean, it's
Ay,
just
ay, ay.
I got feuds with the entire chat because I threatened to
Well,
fight them
you
all.
did tell them that the Miz was better than Kenny Omega.
Well, you know, I mean, it's sometimes facts hurt, but but
Jesus Christ.
um, so I want to point this out, and I'm wondering if you agree with me. And this is one small sample size, okay?
Okay.
But from what I saw from just this 4.5 minute match, right? Natalya looked better in 2010 than she does
Dude,
now,
I thought the same thing.
right? Like
What is
Natty looks like a pretty decent wrestler back then.
it seems
Now
like
and
she's
like
devolved.
yeah, I don't know what's happened. It doesn't
Well,
make sense.
she's probably just working like the WWE. I have to do this. Let me just do enough to
Yeah,
like
and she's just
make it a
become more of
match.
a robot over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, even if you like, because I remember liking a lot of her stuff in 2014, like on Superstars and main
Yeah.
event with like AJ
Trying to think.
and of course the Charlotte match at the Takeover was great. Like,
I think it's like a lesser version of Dolph. Because before Dolph went into
yeah,
NXT, he was kind of just phoning it in because he's been there so long. I think that's not that she's phoning it in because she obviously like trains other wrestlers and stuff like that, but like she's like, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do to make sure I don't get injured. I sustain my
Yeah.
body, and I gotta be here. You know what I mean?
Well, she has. I think it's also that she has like these certain tropes, right? Like, yeah, which is like the most cringe
You like
thing.
Liv?
Oh God.
Wait, what do I have for Natty in here? Let me see if there's still anything here. Yes.
You sneaky bitch.
That feud ruled though.
Oh my god.
The Nikki
That's
Bella
the
feud.
Nikki. Yep, I was gonna say Nikki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's an insult to Suzuki Tope. That's enough.
Oh, wait, this one. Hold on.
Yes. That's insulting.
Suzuki doesn't phone it in. Do you see the chops he gives?
I mean, Suzuki is a smart guy and he's a veteran. He doesn't take a lot of bumps, on purpose, which is smart. He's 50, he's 50 something years old, I think. But
Yeah.
I mean, come on, now,
I tried
that's a
to
low
give my
blow.
boyfriend birthday chops. Do you want to see his chest?
Okay, so that was his birthday present, was to get knife edge chop 20 times.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's nice.
He was nice about it. He really just is there for the vibes, you know.
We used to makes me thinking when I was like my brother and our friends in the neighborhood. This is back in like the Attitude Era, and like we all, we're doing stupid
Yeah.
stuff. The problem is you watch like the Hardys and RVD, and
Yeah.
I mean, I almost broke my neck. So you know how like Ron Simmons had like the Dominator.
Yes.
So like Dustin would give it to me. My brother Dustin would give it to me off the arm of our couch, and I snapped my collarbone one time doing that.
Oh my god.
Then there was another time where we did a spot like we're fucking workers. We did a spot where I was in a figure four with somebody, and like somebody got like a shoot chair and hit me in the knee, and my kneecap was bruised. Yeah, I was like 10. I mean, it wasn't like a hospital or doctor or anything, but it was
Oh my
it was a big
god.
bruise on my knee.
Oracle, can you fill dead air for like 10 seconds
Yeah,
so I can go
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go get a
Yeah.
tissue.
And here I can continue. Speaking of chops, we used to like legitimately like trade chops because we were watching too many like Jericho Benoit matches or Flair matches or whatever, and we would light each other up. And no joke, we would have like the blood like the like little blood pellets, like on our chest. We'd have like the blood pellets on our chest, and we would like be like bleeding a little bit from chops. and then one time, like right around the time that UFC like started to get like super big, like just outside of like regular MMA fans, but like in like 2000s, we like all set up our little wrestling ring we had in our buddy's garage, and we had like UFC fights, and we are like doing like kidney kicks and like liver
Oh
kicks
my
and stuff.
god.
It was really stupid.
I'm an only child. Well, my siblings are like 30. So I just kind of grew up alone. So even when I was like wrestling, I just couldn't do it on anybody.
Yeah.
So I just didn't do it. So now I just take it on my boyfriend now.
See, like I'm the youngest of four, so I mean, obviously my oldest brother Dylan's a huge wrestling fan and now works in wrestling. But like he and my brother Drew were like, from kind of a different generation. Drew's 7 years older than I was, and Dylan's 11 years older than I am. So like it was weird because Dustin and I are the closest to age because he's 3 years older than I am. And like he and I were like, grew up together, and then the other two kind of grew up together. But Drew wrestled with us some. He like Taz and would like put me in like the Taz mission.
Yeah.
And like you just scream the kata hajime, because that's what Joey Styles used to scream. So yeah, that's a sidebar that I could go on and on and on about how I used to do stupid shit. And then when I became about 13 or 14, I became a total coward and didn't want to do anything anymore because I was afraid.
Well, you almost broke your neck. So
well, that's true. I mean, but you know how it is when you're a kid. You're fearless. Really, you are. Like, and sometimes you kind of have like a short memory too. But like when you get, I don't know, when you get older and fat and stuff, it gets scary. But anyway,
oh my People are asking about the Cora Natty match. Did you see that? It was on NXT.
So I watched most of. I watched NXT, but like, so it's gotten to be like in like the mid 80s here every day, and like where I work in like a warehouse, and like it's extremely hot in there, and then I come
Yeah.
and I go play disc golf and shit, and like, so I've been like falling asleep while watching wrestling. Last night was the only night of the week I didn't really start dozing off. So like,
Yeah.
I watched it, but I was like kind of in and out with the Natty Cora match. I liked the finish with like the Austin Cora passing out to the sharpshooter finish. I liked that. You know, her not submitting. I think Cora Jade's a good babyface.
I like Cora. I think I'm more tied to her and Roxy or Roxanne because they're very close to my age, 1 and 2. Both of their inspirations are AJ. So I just like automatically connect with them. I didn't get to watch the match. I don't watch much of NXT unless it's like Carmelo or Braun.
Yeah.
Really, those are the really only people that I
And
like.
poor
Will check
Braun's
out
stuck in a terrible program right now. Just
with Gacy.
awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually want to check out the Legato and Tony D stuff because I heard that it was interesting.
That's shockingly entertaining. Like it's
Yeah,
totally ridiculous. It's totally something bullshit Rich Pritchard would write, but it's actually very entertaining.
yeah. I didn't watch much of AEW either. Well, I watched like at the Ricky Starks and Jungle Boy match. I started going in and out.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, this is a fever dream. So I was.
Mad King, to answer your question, Tony and Jamie was good. It was solid. I wish they'd gotten a little bit more time.
I did see that. Yeah, I thought that they should have got more time too. Okay. Should we move on to the next matchup?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, NXT. Do you want to do that one or Superstars?
Let's do Superstar since it's chronological.
Okay. Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. Yep. Okay. Okay. Here are my notes. Layla had better gear than I remembered. That was the first note that I had. I don't really remember her having like good gear, but I actually like this gear. And I think we should talk a little bit about the co-champion idea because it hasn't really been done in a while, and that was the last time that they did it. And I think they should honestly do it again. I don't know who they would do it with, but I think it'd be funny. Like if they did it on SmackDown, because that SmackDown Women's Division's already ass, so just do something over there.
They did not do it, but they kind of sort of did like a totally different version of it with Sasha and Bailey during the height of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as tag champs, whatever. That was
Yeah.
probably the closest that we'll probably get.
Yeah, I don't think they'll split the titles again or whatever, but I think the women's division could afford it.
Yeah.
Especially with how thin it is. If you need more matchups for like your champions and stuff like that, switch out the champions. It'd make the feuds longer too. Like I know they're gonna do the Lacey Evans or whatever thing with Bianca. But like if Bianca had like, I don't know, Sasha maybe and they split the titles or something like that, you could run Lacey Sasha, Lacey Bianca too.
Yeah.
I mean it would get annoying probably, but like
we think Lacey's gonna be like a heel, right?
Yeah, she has to be.
She's like a I can already tell like she's gonna be like this.
It's bad.
Like holier than thou heel, right?
It's bad.
Yeah, it's not good. It's weird because I think there are times where she can be pretty good in the ring, like especially if she works a really aggressive physical match. But the gimmick is just her personality is just.
What do you think about her finisher?
What?
What do you think about her finisher?
Oh, the women's right.
Yes.
Oh God, terrible, awful name, horrendous. There are times where it depends on who's taking it. It can look pretty good. Then other times it's just like that's an awful move.
Like the thing is with like Big Show, if he punches somebody straight on the chin, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
knockout punch, I buy it. Lacey Evans, who the fuck are you, dude?
United States Marine. But
I have many answers to the question of who is Lacey Evans, but I'm not going to answer them on air.
Anyways, back to Layla and Kelly.
Yes. I thought that Layla had a lot of unique pins in this matchup. Like, so she was like wearing her out with submissions, and then she would transition from a submission into a pin, like that leg body scissor thing that she had, where she would like roll Kelly over, and that thing where like I don't even know how to describe it. Like Kelly was running the ropes, and Layla took her down and pinned her.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that's called. I haven't seen that before. That was like the first time I saw it. I like that a lot. That was probably my favorite part of any of the matches was how Layla was able to be so quick on her feet and think about it. I hated the finish.
Yeah.
It was sucky. But I forgot how much women use face busters because I don't really do it too much anymore.
Yeah.
But back then, women used to use face busters a lot.
Yeah. Well, and they would try to find creative ways, and you have to remember that, like, Finley would like train him to do all this stuff, and they would want to do all the stuff, and then Vince or whoever would go, we don't want them wrestling like the guys.
Yeah.
And then they had to find creative ways to do a fucking face buster, whether it
Yeah.
was a bulldog or an X Factor or face plant or whatever. They just had to do that shit over and over again because
Yeah.
they could sneak in some creativity every now and then. And so sometimes that's why I like picking this match, and we're gonna probably watch partly because it's me and I'm a mark for work rate or whatever. But we'll be watching a lot of superstars matches on this project because it'll also show like what a lot of these women can do in the ring.
Yeah.
And like for like Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and whoever aren't going to be watching fucking superstars.
Yeah.
So like they can kind of get away with whatever they want to do on those shows.
Mhm.
Kind of like Layla's neat little pin attempt and just
Mhm.
small things like that they might not otherwise be able to even fit in.
Yeah.
They can get in 7, 8, 9 minutes, on a superstars match.
Yeah. I think the way that Layla works is so like innovative. Like she just does stuff that you wouldn't like think of or you haven't seen before. And like she just has like such unique ways to like transition and things like that. I think she's way better than people give her credit for, to be honest.
She is. I think she got even better after she came back from the knee injury
Hmm.
when she was like babyface champ in 2012.
Yep.
She gets pretty good. I don't think she was quite as good as Michelle in the ring,
I
but
agree.
her
Yeah.
personality, like was it over the top and like typical like catty horse shit that they would book? Yeah, but like she played her role very well, and she was able to project her personality in the match as well, which is what
Hmm.
always stood out to me even at the time. Um, and that would, and she might even be able to get like a decent reaction out of the crowd sometimes because of
Yeah.
that, which was an uphill battle for them constantly. Which is honestly the most disappointing thing about this era, right? Is the fans just don't care, and it's not even their fault. It's just they don't give any. They're
Yeah.
not protected enough or given any reason. The fans aren't to make them want to give two shits about these women. But
Honestly, hot take probably. I don't give a fuck.
go ahead.
What you described seems the exact same way to me in AEW. Like
Sure.
they have like their I guess like marquee women who always get pops. Like there's Britt,
Mhm.
Jamie will get a pop every now and then. Tony, of course, Sheeta, Rosa will do it. But like their undercard women, like Red struggles sometimes. Kiara is pretty cold still. I mean, now she's with the baddies, but like if you put her out alone, I think she'd be pretty cold still because she didn't get much TV time before getting put with the baddies. No one cares about Sky Blue. Nobody cares about AQA either. Like it's. I mean, Julia Hart kind of sorta, but that's because she has like the
Yeah.
storyline thing, but it's not like her as an individual right now. Yes, Stat gets pops. Layla struggled. Like Layla Hirsch would struggle.
Mhm.
So I think
She
there's
got
just
hurt, didn't she?
yeah, she's hurt. Yeah.
That's a bummer. She got a
Yeah.
bad injury, right?
It's a knee thing. I was there when she got hurt. It was like
Yeah,
a freak injury kind of thing. Like she just
that
jumped off
sucks.
the top rope.
She's good too. That
Yeah.
sucks. Um, I agree with you, and I like the point that I've seen people make. And for what it's worth, Jaychele and I are going to be talking a lot about women today as far as the past. I think that's kind of a good theme for the whole show. But like I've seen people make good points, and it's like I think it was like Meltzer or somebody was like, well, look at all the match times AEW women have. It's like that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Match times don't mean anything. It's like look at Raw and NXT this week. Literally 35-40% of Raw was women, right? Like
NXT was heavy with women too.
85% of NXT was women, right? Like, and people go, oh, their matches are short. Who cares? It's they're getting in. Look, WWE has they have none of these segments were perfect or weren't without their flaws, but there was representation. there was storyline progression. There were multiple feuds. There were a few matches that got very decent amount of time.
They're doing their whole tournament thing
It's
now.
clearly better. It's clearly better. They have at least of today's standards of megastar, right? With Becky and Bianca and Sasha, and
even Charlotte's up there. I know people
sure,
feel whatever way about Charlotte, but
and I mean, and like, look, Ronda's a fucking lunatic, but I mean, she's her name alone is a big deal, right?
yes.
So like, it's I don't know. It's frustrating, right? Like and yes, AEW usually has about 2 women's matches a week, one on Dynamite, one on Rampage, to get about 10 or 15 minutes, right? That's true. That's fine. The matches are usually good, but that's all. That's all we get.
Yeah.
We don't get promos. We don't get storylines. We don't get segments. Even the Dana Brooke and Tamina stuff, which is like silly and whatever, and tons of people hate it, and that's fine. They're getting reactions from the crowd because they got a goofy wedding segment a couple weeks ago, and people, are enjoying that stuff. Yeah, it's horseshit, but like, they're getting TV time. Like it's I don't know. There's a whole lot of things. I mean, look, like Rhea Ripley. I mean, Joe and I are devastated about what's going on with that, but like, she's getting a push.
Lexi's back.
Yeah, there you go, Lexi. Joe was, raw as Holbert, right? After that one. Too bad, Spooky Rhea will be
Sonya
here
has
in,
her
like,
storyline thing now too. She has her own little downward spiral thing going
Liv
on.
Morgan is becoming a very popular babyface, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
they're gonna have to give Liv Money in the Bank, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, it's
they
just
could, deny it last year.
It's like, look, in WWE, they're not perfect. It's WWE.
Yeah,
but I mean, they're far from perfect. There's very many issues that they have, but it's not even that. WWE's biggest problem is sometimes how they represent them, right? And like some of the things they do. AEW just doesn't even use them. It's bizarre. Like,
was Jade on Dynamite and I missed it?
I don't even think she was on Dynamite.
I literally didn't think that she was on Dynamite.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have a Rampage match, right?
I mean, I'm sure they'll throw some, 1-minute promo that they'll think as an excuse for great. But like, I mean, we got a Thunder Rosa Serena Deeb video, 2 minutes. It was a good video, but like, that's not enough. We're 2.5 weeks away from the their second biggest show of the year.
Dude.
Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to spend the whole time yelling at Tony Khan or whatever, but
oh God.
But it's frustrating, right? It's annoying.
This is the issue, though. It's a cycle. Like, it's a circle of like, if you don't give the woman time, then the crowd's gonna be dead, and the crowd is dead because you don't give the woman time.
Yeah,
like it just keeps going.
And it does take time, right? Like, I mean, the reactions aren't going to come in 3 weeks,
right?
That's just it would be the same for anybody.
Yeah,
you have to be consistent, and like, it took like the WWE, like, Divas Revolution, which is what it started out as a hashtag. That was 7 years ago now, right? That's it took a long time. I remember when Becky and Sasha and Charlotte all debuted on the main roster, and yeah, I mean, they got a decent reaction, fairly quickly, but it took them a couple of years for them to get consistently good reactions everywhere they went, right?
Yeah.
Like, there'd be certain cities that were more like hardcore towns, whatever, that they would get reactions in. But like, and yeah, they were all very good and talented in the ring, and they would usually win crowds over with their in-ring work.
Yeah.
And that helped them get over time. But it took them a year or two to it takes time. You have to put in the effort, and the effort's just not being put in.
Yeah. If Jay was on Dynamite, can somebody tell me what her segment was or something? I just don't remember. I remember seeing pictures of her and stuff like that. I just don't remember like what happened or whatever.
I feel like I saw some clip. Maybe they had like a 30-second clip. I don't remember. The NXT match.
Yes.
Bella's and
this was
Naomi and Kelly.
This was not
right.
This was not it for me. Yeah.
Not good. I mean, I think both of us kind of figured it wouldn't be very good. It was just kind of what we wanted to see. what what the Bellas were like, what
Yeah.
Naomi was like. I actually think Naomi showed that she had potential, right?
Yeah,
She
you
just
could see it.
obviously wasn't there yet. I mean, she was a rookie.
Literally.
Yeah. Like she was kind of the she came in with AJ and Caitlyn, and AJ
Wasn't
and Caitlyn were ahead of her a little
wasn't
bit,
this
but
on Rampage? Like talking about she's gonna win the whole Owen. I feel like that was on Rampage.
oh gosh, I can't remember.
Also, for this, my suggestion would be Britt Baker. She's the only sports entertainer like figure that they have. I don't think
True.
anybody else is
Yeah.
like that you could even I know they do the Dana Garcia sports entertainer thing, but I don't know who else you could really try to put with them. I don't know. Like Layla's not there. I would say Layla if she was there, but she's not.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, this match was bad. But
Yeah, her gear was very bland. She literally just had on like a sports bra and some like leggings.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me check out my notes though.
We did get the twin magic finish though.
Yeah. And Cole talked about Caval. Did you hear him?
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't catch
He was
that
like,
part.
Caval is talking about me for attention or something. I was like, oh god.
Caval.
Well, the commentary for this match was so distracting for me. Like it was just taking away from the match. They weren't really calling it. But Nikki was like super aggressive, and like Brie was like, "Why are you being so aggressive?" And I was like, "That's how you win a match." And they're heels. Like I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, that was like she was mad about the twin magic at the end or whatever. It was weird, right?
And,
Like she was
yeah, and Kelly didn't even try to break up the pin at the end either.
Well, all I can say is 3 of these 4 women got better over time. Guess which one didn't? Her last name's Danielson, for what it's worth.
Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ.
But Nikki got really good.
Nikki is good. I love Nikki.
Yeah. Brie just couldn't figure it out, I guess.
Maybe Brie was just meant to be a manager. She's not that bad on the stick.
Yeah, that's true.
She could have
That's
just
true.
stayed.
But Naomi's really good nowadays, and she's been really good for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And this start stop stuff is annoying. I'm kind of glad they're like in the trend of putting the women's tag champs on both shows right now.
Yeah. I really like it. I think that Naomi is deserving of it. Like to see her on the same level as Sasha, I feel like really helps her as well too.
Right.
I just wish she'd do more media stuff with Sasha. Like they could just do it together.
Well, I mean, Naomi's so naturally likable and charismatic, and just just a good person, or or at least seems that way.
She is. Have you seen her on Total Divas?
Yeah. That's what I mean. She's by far the most likable. Any of the women on Total Divas.
Yes.
Like,
I
mean, I don't even think it's close.
Trin.
Yeah. It's not even close. Like
everybody else seems like a mean girl, and I'm not gonna say why, but I'll let other people deduce. She helps Bianca do her braid. She helps Sasha put her wig on, dude.
That story about Sasha's wig falling off and Bailey trying to help her, that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
That cracked me up.
Yeah, Bailey is. Oh god. Does Sasha still have her own trailer, I wonder? Remember how Sasha used to have a trailer because like she didn't want to deal with anybody else?
Or like a bus, or whatever? Or she's like a trailer. Yeah, like a bus.
Yeah.
She probably does. I mean, she's one of the biggest stars in the company.
Yeah.
Like I know like a lot of the bigger stars has a bus. Like Randy Orton has a bus.
Becky has one, Becky and Seth, because they have a baby.
Yeah.
I think Rhonda would have one too, because I think anybody who has kids or like young kids.
Yeah. Randy Orton always pops me because he's like, I'm playing video games. I'm playing Elden Ring on my bus. Like, all right, dude.
Ay. Did you hear Bianca wants to step away soon and become a mother?
I did. I'm
having a panic attack.
You know what?
Lashley has a bus. That's
selfishly, it's like, oh dang, but like,
I'm happy for her.
I get tired of people being misogynist assholes and like getting mad at Becky Lynch for wanting to be a mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you, dude. You fucking idiot. But I mean, seriously, right? Like,
Yeah.
selfishly as fans, right? It's like, oh man, but it's like,
She'll come back better than ever. She'll be
yeah,
fine.
oh yeah. I mean, she'll be back. I think it'll probably be. I mean, she'll be around full time through the next Mania, I would think, anyways.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Charlotte wants little Manny. She's getting married probably in like June or something.
Yeah.
So she said she wants little Mannies. That makes sense. Was Andrade even on Dynamite?
I don't think so. No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I wonder if we get Bayley and Ronda. You think Bayley comes back this week, or you think that's just like no? You think
I think that's the SummerSlam match.
Yeah, SummerSlam match.
I think they're. I don't know why they're waiting so long, but I think they're pushing it because I don't think they do that at Hell in a Cell. I feel like they'll probably run.
I'm thinking we're getting Bianca, Becky, and Asuka in a triple threat Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, that's dope. I
think they might main event.
Oh, that'd be fire.
Because
Roman's not there. That's right.
Yeah.
Roman's not on the card.
I'm hoping they main event. I could see them opening, which is actually not a bad spot to have either, the opener.
Yeah.
Because then you get like the hot crowd, right? It depends on if they do like I think they're gonna do. I think it's gonna be RK Bro versus the Usos.
Yeah.
That'll probably main event, and then I think the triple threat will probably open the show. Because
I feel like
the tag title unification. The tag title unification's kind of been like the whole like on both shows, the whole company kind of deal. But
Cody, are they going to do Cody Seth?
Cody and Seth are going to be in the cell too. Yeah, but that'll probably be like they may open the show. Like I think those are the three cell matches. Seriously, right there. I think Cody Seth. I think the tag title unification will be in the cell.
Oh,
and I think I do think it will be Bianca, Becky, and Asuka in a triple threat. So.
You know what? I think that they have to pop me and do fucking Bobby Lashley and Omos in a cell.
Oh my god! Could you imagine? Poor Omos. He literally is trying so hard. Like I will not take away that man's effort, but as Joe pointed out the other day, his positioning is off. He just doesn't have the best cardio. Like I appreciated stuff like when he did the snake eyes or whatever, but he just poor guy just he's trying.
Just not for him.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Like he seems like a cool dude. It's just he's not.
Did you see him at Wale Mania?
Yes, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
like it's just he really is putting in like he's trying. I can tell he's trying.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a lot worse if he wasn't trying.
There's a cage this week. Wait, who has a cage match?
Oh yeah, that's right. Bobby and Omos are in a cage, so they won't have the cell. That's right.
It is this week. Hold on, I didn't even know that. Oh my god, I'm a.
That's right.
Psychic.
Yeah. On Raw, they're having a cage match. That's right. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
You all right. Bobby Lashley does have a bus.
What is that What's the SmackDown Women's match going to be? Because there's no Lacey. Ronda would have made Raquel.
Already?
Who else are they going to do? Natalya? Shayna. If they're smart, they'll do Shayna. Yeah,
but don't do it in the cell. Just have them have like their technical submission thing or whatever. That'd be neat, I think.
Oh no.
I have to talk. I have to play politics here for a minute. I'm in a different spot.
Oh no.
76ers. I do not mean to hijack this conversation, but I was informed that Jaychele may or may not have, and by that I mean definitely did, air our brand new intro at the start of this program. Now look, this program means a lot. It's great. It's great to have a show on here I'm not on, and I mean that. It's awesome. Don't know if this was the spot to premiere Shoot's big new expansive.
I didn't know that.
I know. I understand. And I'm not. Listen, you're not going to be fine this time.
Oh God.
We're going to talk pay later. That's different. You don't do that on the album, Bob. But it's worth noting. So I have now tweeted it because fuck it, right? Let's maximize these numbers. But yeah, it seems like you guys are having fun. I just thought I'd pop here and hang out. I mean, you guys keep talking.
Everybody erase your
brains.
brains.
Look at Bill coming in here and chiding us and running us down.
Well, I just
everybody act like you didn't see it. Act like you didn't see it. Just what's that? The pen, the invisible.
I've tweeted it now. It's over.
Okay.
I just thought I like to make it clear.
I didn't even realize. Like I knew it was like new, but I didn't realize.
Me too. I thought you guys used it on the Burt already.
I'll be totally
honest.
And look, I shouldn't say this probably. we had actually sent the early copy of that to multiple media outlets. They were going to run it tomorrow as like a leak.
Oh shit.
It was supposed to be segment 4 on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. They're going to like break it down. You know when Skip looks over his shoulder at the monitor, Oracle? We're going to get that deal, but it just didn't.
Oh yeah, well, that's a shame.
I'm just throwing my weight around, just
What are your
Make it
thoughts on
clear.
2010 Natalya, Joe? Since you've
Same as
hijacked our
all-
show.
same as all the other years of Natalya.
No,
Really?
we agreed that 2010 Natalya is better.
She's good. Like I have a lot of fun with Natalya, but
Did you see the Cora Jade match on Tuesday?
no, but I'm told it's good, and that's enough.
Well,
Oh my
so
god.
are you ready for Spooky Rhea to beat 1/4 Fiendess in 4 minutes?
Bro,
For like
this
6 weeks
is
in a row?
like one of the most spiteful things you've like ever said to me. You've said it twice to me, and you said it on the show earlier when I was in the chat. I mean, like, I'll be completely honest, and you call me nuts. I legitimately think that with Alexa as just a human baby face, they could have a genuinely good match. I'm very scared about what the storytelling would be in their program, though. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
It's that they're both evil, and
Yeah.
then that's it.
I don't know if Alexa's evil.
I think Bobby's going to get his feud though.
Pervert.
The evil is mine.
She doesn't have that anymore. She had her old thing.
Really?
Kind of, but then like changed. There was like
yeah.
you know.
I think
Oh no! I just saw it. I didn't really listen to it because that's kind of crazy. I don't listen to Raw. I just kind of mute it.
she
But-
basically appeared to be Alexa Bliss, normal human, but that carries a doll.
I saw the doll. I saw that.
Because I guess they sell too many dolls, right? I guess. But I don't know.
Didn't somebody post that? It was Liv. Liv said that they sell too many Lily dolls.
They do sell a lot of those dolls. Like
Yeah.
people, honestly, people are so like within their bubble, they don't realize there's like a whole audience of people that will never tweet about wrestling that actually watches it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing. It's fine. But don't let me, destroy your format here, guys. I was just coming to just show.
No,
Oh, we already talked
we've
about all our
talked about the 3
matches.
matches. We got to plan our next
go ahead.
Yeah.
next few matches to watch. So
I had
don't
Hell in
wanna
a
be-
Cell.
I don't want
mean,
to be
sorry,
stuck in
sorry.
like 2010 too much.
Okay.
So here's what we're gonna do. Let's look up the pay-per-view matches because I know there's like Bragging Rights. What a trash show! God, that
Bragging
was
Rights
terrible.
doesn't have a good women's match. Survivor Series, there's a title change.
Okay, Let's do Survivor Series. Let's do Survivor Series, and then you'll like this. Let's do the TLC tables match.
Yes. Oh my god. I live.
So we'll do Survivor Series TLC tables match, and then we will find. If you want, we can do 4, and we can pick 2 other matches, or we can just pick 1 and agree on it.
I think we could just pick one.
Okay, let's do 1.
Let me look for this TLC shit.
Let's see. Okay, now I got to pull up cage match here. Joe, have you ever seen the tables match TLC 2010?
Is it the one where like the table has like a
Yes.
thing on the? Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that. I remember it being a thing though. Yeah.
It was a tag team tables match.
Right. McCool versus Divas of Doom, I believe.
They weren't called
God.
the Divas of Doom then, though. They were just Beth and
Right.
Madden.
Right. I think they were Divas of Doom in like 2012 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
2012. Let's see here. I kind of want to do another Superstar.
Joe, why do you have a new background? I'm so confused.
I explained. I've got to watch the Sixers. Like
Oh.
Oracle, I'm sorry. I'm very professional, but this is we're at game 6.
Oh, don't worry
bro.
about all that. That's fine.
I'm gonna be at times when you're talking about WCW '96, being like, "Oh fuck,
Oh my
Danny
God.
Green."
It's an elimination game. He's nervous.
I am, yeah. But I'll be a professional. I always am. Like when I hijacked this show a minute ago.
That's fine.
Someone did DM me and said there needs to be more Lexi all caps talk on the show, so I quickly run into the StreamYard.
Sure.
We already
okay.
talked about Lexi All Caps.
Did I? I don't know what I've talked about.
We did.
Speaking of such, I did a show over at Wrestle Purists.
Ooh,
One of my-
that was pretty good. Go ahead,
one
Joe.
of my-
Sorry, continue.
No, go ahead, Oracle. You're doing actually the show. Sorry, I'll talk about this after because I think it'll pop your Oracle, but carry on.
Okay. So I've got an idea. Okay, Jaychele, and you can nix this if you want because I know it'll be similar to the tables match. But what about Beth and Kelly versus Lake Cool? They get 12 and a half minutes on Superstars.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, that's December 23rd, 2010. Superstars.
Okay.
WGN. Do 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 do.
Bro, they might have a double heat segment.
Yeah, buddy. So like WGN America had like this sort of like tune that would come on, and like it always makes me like I think about that tune, and I get nostalgic for like watching like Chris Masters matches on Thursday nights after school, and like it had like a little do 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 do, or like WGN America. Do 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 do.
Oh my god. My mom, I told my mom that John Cena followed me on Twitter. She didn't know that it was a minor accomplishment. She considered it a big one, so I let her have it. She goes, "Doesn't he do something?" I was like, "Be in movies?" She was like, "No, he does something with his face." I was like, "This?" She goes, "This." I was like,
Yeah.
"No, mom." But
And then you was like, do you know Joe Holbert actually thinks he sucks?
I don't even want to discuss this with you.
I know. This will pop you the Oracle, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So you know the MJF news broke today. We're trying to get that Wrestle
What
Cruise
what
platform.
MJF news? Guys, I've had the busiest day of my life.
Oh,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sean got a scoop, which was that as of right now, MJF is leaning towards leaving AEW. As of now, this is a long time away, but he's, as we know, when Sean reports that, it's serious, right? And we're trying to grow this Wrestle Cruise platform, and it's a big story for us. We go live immediately out of the gates. My take is, who cares? the chat was so disappointed.
oh my god.
I just, this is Divas Deep Dive, but the hyperbole that you see on social, bro, it's ridiculous. The idea that if MJF goes to the World Wrestling Federation, AEW will just go off the airwaves is like, I can't fathom it. I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't deal with it. So I kind of poured water on that and killed the topic.
I think most of his programs have been great in AEW, but like,
yeah, me too.
He'll do well WWE if he goes there, and it will be another situation like Cody where it'll be healthy for the business.
Yes.
And I think AEW might be better off with it too. So,
Is it weird that I like MJF more as a wrestler than I do as a promo guy?
No, I think that actually puts you in the majority of the late night grin.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. I feel like his. Oh, nope, I can't say that. That's mean. I'm gonna shut up. Never mind. Continue on, Oracle.
Real quick, let's make sure we have our 3 matches.
Yes.
Set in stone. So what is the Survivor Series match exactly?
It is Natalya versus Layla in a handicap match for the Divas title.
That's right. Yeah, that'll be a thriller.
It's 3 minutes.
Tremendous. Yeah. So, my God, Joe putting his glasses. Fucking professor. This rules.
Hold on. We think this is for real?
So this is exactly my take. Is like, if I just move Ricky and Ethan Page one up in the depth chart, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean it'll be fine. It's like a year and a half away. It's fine.
I think Ricky's leaving.
Well, that would bum me out, but again, it's the same thing. It's like,
yeah, it'll be fine.
I'd be just fine. I don't care. Make him champion. Fuck it.
Well, that's because you're not like violently attached to one professional wrestling brand, and instead you just watch professional wrestling. It's a problem for some people. Yeah, it's a problem for some people.
So we've got Layla, Natty handicap match, right? Mm-hmm. Survivor Series 2010. We've got
Divas of Doom, Natty Beth.
Divas of Doom and Layla again, tables match, TLC 2010, and we've got Layla versus Beth Phoenix and Kelly for Superstars, December 23rd, 2010.
Yes.
We'll go full hour here before we wrap up. Jaychele, your thoughts so far on 2010 WWE Divas Wrestling?
God bless those women. I honestly feel bad for them. I feel like a lot of these women are just put in the business at the wrong time. And I feel like a lot of them have a lot of potential to be like really big stars now. Like obviously when Kelly came back, she got a huge pop at the Royal Rumble, dude. Everybody remembers Kelly, and she was like extremely acrobatic. She'd be great back. Michelle McCool, obviously, there's a bunch of banger matches that she could have. Any of the 4 Horsemen, Bianca, like she'd be great. Layla too. Layla, if she would have came now, like her in NXT, honestly, I feel like would have been a perfect fit for her.
Mm-hmm.
Natty Beth, no comment. But
Not a fan of Beth?
sometimes
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on Beth.
Okay.
Like when I see her now, I'm a bigger fan than I was then, and I don't know how to like describe that, but like I feel like now she's just in like this I'm just here for shits and giggles type of vibe, and it just pops me.
Oh, you're thinking about her now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. She's a happy mom who blushes to see her husband wrestle, you know.
I like that. That makes me feel
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
inside. Beth
But,
then, I liked her, but I feel like at the same time
I popped Joe there.
I feel like at the same time my thing with Beth then was that her gimmick was that her and Natalya are just divas of doom. Like they're just like
Yeah.
the good wrestlers of the division, which I mean is
Mhm.
cool. But like at that same time, like you had women who tried to come up with like their own personalities and things like that.
Right.
Where I would have wished
Right.
for more of that to match.
Right. To be clear, I don't blush when I see Adam Copeland on my screen.
Oh God.
I turn red in rage.
I don't understand how he was
Particularly
like
what he
kind of
did to
good.
Joseph and I, which
Yeah.
was so spiteful. Joe and I are suffering deeply inside over this.
The hair's a problem for me, Oracle. I ain't gonna lie. It reminds me every time I see it. You know.
And it looks like, and like, listen,
Oh no.
I've got like gray hair pouring out of my pores
Yeah.
and everything, but listen, it literally looks like Rhea Ripley got like a spray paint and
Yeah,
like
it's kind
spray
of
painted her.
Yeah.
It looks rough.
I think I'm assuming it's because it was like late notice, and it would
Yeah,
look better.
that's probably what it was.
I hope so,
Probably what it was.
because it does look. It looks like you've edited her on the video game.
She can make. I mean, like I think she could make the. I think she could make
Yeah.
like the dark hair look. I think it like a.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I feel like if it wasn't. I feel like it looked better if it wasn't slicked back. If
Maybe.
it was like spiked up or something. Maybe I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Maybe I feel like that would be a little bit more fitting of the character if she spiked it up a little bit or something. But
That would look
I
really
don't know.
cool.
Am I?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the expert.
You and I are talking about what Rhea Ripley
Yeah, I know
looks like.
exactly. Jaychele, you're probably a little bit more apt to talk about this in terms of that look.
Yeah, looks like a bad dye job, to be
Yeah.
honest. It probably was last minute to be real. And they probably wanted it to be as intense as possible, so they might have just left the dye on and told her to go out there. To be real. Like I don't even know if they put gel or anything. She didn't do many moves, right? Oh no, she had a match after. You probably would have to put gel.
So, to take this full circle, have you ever heard the aforementioned all caps story about the hair situation with WWE and how late notice it is? So, Oracle, you'll remember this. Remember the takeover where she joined Blake and Murphy? Again, there's a match with Enzo and Cass. It's like, this is the one where Joe debuted. This is like 2015 time.
Yeah.
The next day, she showed up to TV with the blue hair because she had blue hair back then, right? Like the bottom of her hair was blue. And Michael Hayes was like just completely befuddled with this. He was like, why is it not red?
She got blue hair.
Yeah, why is it not red? And she was like, no one told me it's supposed to be red. And he was like, we planned for it to be red. So they had to get like an emergency hair dye situation on. And it was like a catastrophe because everyone had forgot to tell the wrestler. They're very capable of like, they fully expected her to show up with her hair, looking a certain way. It didn't.
Is Damian Priest gonna cut his hair too?
I don't know. I have to say that his voice is incredible.
He's very old.
Oh yeah.
But he's like, he could actually do like voice acting.
Like 57 or something.
Not 57.
He's got a hell of a future, let me tell you.
Yeah, he's. I'll never forget. I remember watching an Impact episode.
I'm going to Impact,
Laugh
dude.
out loud. A few.
I'm very excited.
It's about 10 years ago when Hogan was still on TV. The immoral Hulk Hogan. And it was like Jeff Hardy and somebody else, and he was like, "You kids, they got it going on."
Is that immortal?
Yeah, but Bob's bit is always immoral. You have to around here. He's the immoral. He always is.
And Hulk Hogan was like, "You kids, they got it going on." And it was like 37-year-old Jeff Hardy. It was hilarious.
But I mean, I'd have laughed at that with you. But here we are in 2022, and Jeff just main evented TV. So
Yeah, that match
I guess
ruled, by the way.
it did. The result was crazy though.
Yeah.
I
Kind of
literally
crazy.
looked
don't
at
agree
my
with it.
screen and I started laughing.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, like I get it, but
I don't
I
get it. I don't. Why?
just exclusively because I think they want to have the Bucks do something with the Hardys. But I would have probably avoided it just because I don't want like old dude
Beating
beating my
Darby
guy.
again? Darby's
Yeah.
lost so much.
They
in
must be
so
telling
many
a story of
games.
him,
So-
right? They have to be.
Adam
I'm,
Cole's
I'm
winning the
gonna
tournament now.
I'm gonna
That's
wrap
why.
this show up by telling it's not even really a story, it's just a funny memory of Michael Hayes. So like other than the ones where he was on like Legends of Wrestling and like cackling while
Yeah.
smoking a cigar, which was always funny. So like there's like an early season of Total Divas to bring the Divas discussion back in the fold.
Oh no.
And he just made like this random cameo. And I remember watching like just binging like season 1 of Total Divas on the network with like my brother Dustin on like a random Saturday. And Michael Hayes just like makes this random cameo, and he's like in his absurd like disco outfits, whatever the hell he's wearing, just completely, you know, like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory horse shit that he's wearing, whatever the hell it is. And like he just like shows up and like he does like this little like dance or whatever,
Of course.
and like it's like it's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. And my Dustin and I were like laughing for like 10 minutes straight. It's the stupidest, silliest horse shit ever.
He's quite the character.
Oh, I mean, just that. I mean, the legendary story of him at Triple H and Stephanie's wedding.
There's a lot of stories that are both legendary, infamous, embarrassing, hilarious, all of the above, brother. He's got quite the history.
Yeah.
Yeah, very tasteless indeed. Yeah, it's he's one of those guys who like there could be a big story tomorrow that gets him like out of the company, and I'd be like, yeah, probably
Yeah.
about time, you know. There's
Well,
a lot of
folks,
those guys in wrestling.
Join us next time for the Divas Deep Dive number 3. We have 2 pay-per-view matches: Survivor Series 2010, TLC 2010, Superstars bout that goes 12 and a half minutes. Beth Phoenix, Kelly versus Layla on December 23rd, 2010. Jaychele, do you have anything to add to finish off the show?
If you just saw how long I tried to figure out how long it took me to try to figure out how to do 12 of my fingers so it would show up on the screen correctly, you did not see that. 2, join us for Retire the Rankings tomorrow, even though we have not played the show at all. And I don't even know what time it is because I don't know what time.
Same. Should we do the same time as last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do that.
All right. I'm gonna put okay, let's do this on the air. What do you want in the title? We have 1 pick each for the title.
Oh shit.
So like it's gonna be something retire the rankings. So pick
Alexa
wisely because
Alexa Bliss.
fuck, what am I gonna pick then? Okay, so we'll go like what's a good thing from AEW? Like Bliss is back. Hardy. Oh, we could do I don't fucking know. Chat, come on, something good. I don't know. Bliss is back is penciling. Okay. Oracle, how you feeling before the second half of your double shot, brother?
I'm good.
Yeah? Not too many bumps? Feeling good?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Good stuff. All right. I'll do my part of this, and then you guys can take her home. Half an hour, right? Historical Oracle, April
Half an
86.
hour.
The notes, man, it was extensive this time. I kind of forgot them because I kind of got them ready to go, and I'll relook today just to be prepared. There's
Oh,
a lot on
Wardlow,
this show.
Joe. Wardlow. Wardlow's going to be on the top of my list this week.
Really? That's interesting.
Wardlow
Intrigued.
World.
Wardlow's World. MJ Fed.
Oh, God.
Okay, Bliss is back. MJ Fed. There you go. That's a
No,
good
wait,
one.
did you not see these other ones, Joe?
Can I just mention something before we leave? Tope compared Suzuki and Natalya tonight. Were you there for that, Joe?
Okay, you guys don't know this. So there is an ongoing investigation that Tope Suicida is actually Jack Crosby. And I'll be honest, the evidence is thin, but gut feeling, I think it's him.
Hey, Jack, how are you, piece of shit?
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing to my Patreon, Jack.
I know that was Tope Suicida because Crosby don't subscribe to any fucking Patreon. Bliss is back. Hardy's back. I think it's actually pretty good. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm not going to remember any of these tomorrow. So, okay. Jaychele, feel free to take the folks on. This is your show. I just kind of crashed it. Go ahead.
Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you enjoyed. Oracle and I do not yet know when the next episode will be, but as soon as we know, you guys will know. But we hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you watch some Divas content and not watch wrestling you hate. Bye, guys.